Hello, friends. Hope you're doing safe and sound. Welcome to the third episode of your very podcast, the Student Insights Podcast. If you're somebody who's thinking about going to States, today's episode is all about that. We have, as usual, tried to answer and go in deep about the journey a student has to go when planning for States. So, if you're somebody, please do watch the video till the entire length. Or if you know somebody else, somebody from your friends or relatives, please do share the video with them. It might be helpful for them. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you get updated about the latest videos as soon as they are uploaded and you stay in touch with us. Also, please do not forget to follow us on Instagram. The ID is the Student Insights Podcast. I'll be linking the same down in the description. Please remember to follow us there because there's certain short-led content which I would be only uploading on Instagram, not on YouTube. And so hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do watch it and let me know your feedback down in the comment section. Let's begin the episode. Friends, welcome to another episode. Today we have Mr. Pawandeep Singh, all the way from the States. Hi Pawan, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks. Firstly, thank you for taking out time for me and a busy schedule. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So let's start. So how are you doing now in the current situation and what's happening there?
Right now, I am like very fine and I am in my dorm. So my semester was completed, like my spring semester, and right now it's summer time. So I wasn't supposed to be here, but due to the COVID thing, I have to stay back. And I don't have any classes right now, so I am enjoying my time pretty much and learning some online courses.
That's good. That's good. So let's
Yeah.
before we dive deep, could you just give a short introduction about who you are, where you're studying, and what you're doing currently?
Yeah, so my name is Pawandeep Singh Dhingra, and right now I am studying at the University of Toledo, and my major is computer science and engineering. I come basically from Nasik, which is near Mumbai in India. Yes.
That's good. That's good. So now let's start the
Mhm.
journey of and take you back in the memory line. So how did you select states as a country for pursuing education?
So I always wanted to study abroad. My dad always used to tell me like after your diploma, after your polytechnic, you should go abroad and study for engineering because abroad they have more opportunities in terms of research and they are more updated about technology. So I started researching about opportunities where it's possible. So there were a few countries like it was Canada, US, Germany, and a few more in Europe,
Hmm.
but to my understanding, Germany is tuition free, but you need to learn German language. And at that time, I couldn't learn German language. And also, like, master's degree will be better over there if I take that because that's in English.
Hmm.
Then I had like some options remaining as Canada and US. These two were shortlisted.
Okay.
And then I realized after going to a study fair that Canada doesn't take students who have enrolled themselves in polytechnic. So they don't recognize polytechnic colleges. So you really can't apply there after your diploma. You have to complete your 11th and 12th to go there. So the
Okay.
only option left for me was United States. And then I came to know about this university through study fair and career fair. And that's how I got to know about this place and I started my application process.
Okay. So now you, as you mentioned, you got to came from this university. From the study fair, did you do some background research into what factors did you look when it what recommended about this? Was it the ranking or the kind of benefits or the facilities that are available there? How did you shortlist the university first final for this?
Oh, yeah. So I did a bit of research. So what the very first step was like I went to these study fairs and career fairs, and over there I got to know about a lot of university from all over the world. But
Okay.
yeah, and even the Canada thing I was talking about, I
Hmm.
got to know it from there. So when I got to know all of these things, I got to know about different universities, where are they located, what are the tuition fee, how much does it cost to go there. I got to know all of this from them, from these study fairs. And later I came back home, I went online. So there are a few websites you can like put in the university name. They will give you some ratings about like about the study material they offer, how are the professors, what's the party scene in the university, what's the athletic program in the university, like various like categories, and you get really good like rating for them. Then you get
Okay.
ratings for what is the tuition fee on average, what's the co-op on average, like the paid co-op, how much do you earn after graduating from this university on average, all of these details. Then you get where is it located, how is the locality, like a lot of information from these websites. So I kept all of these things in mind. I went through a lot of universities while researching, and then I finally shortlisted this university.
That's a very good website. Could you just name the website so that the listeners can go through that?
Yeah, so the website I used was niche.com. It's niche.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just specified to states or is it for all over the world? Any university
Uh,
anywhere?
I'll have to check on that. I didn't really check about if they have all universities,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure they have like all the universities from like almost every university from the United States, and also
Okay.
they had the K-12 school listing and some other listings for other things.
Okay, fair enough. So
Yeah.
once you decided to apply, are there any scholarships that you got from the university or from any other institute?
Yeah, so when you apply to any of the university, you get your scholarship based upon it's actually based upon your academic previous records. Then
Okay.
what are your extracurricular activities? How strong is your resume? All of these things. So it's very different. Like each student gets a different kind of scholarship depending upon how good the resume is, how good they are standing in the academics, and all of that things.
So it's provided by the university itself.
Yeah, by the university itself.
Okay, so like how early should an applicant start this research process and application?
So if you're not really sure if you want to go abroad or if you don't want to go abroad, I'll say you should start very early,
Okay.
approximately like 6 months or 1 year before. If you're not really sure if you want to pursue your higher education abroad or in India, it could be because of various reasons. But if you're sure that you want to go to some place, you already know about it, you want to go to Europe and you know about how the study process over there is, what's the application process, or you want to go to United States and you know all the processes. So I think so 3 months or 4 months is pretty good enough time to start your application. Because the very important thing is you also have to give some placement tests and other exams before you can apply to these universities. You need to have those mark sheets in your hand, so you have to apply with those. So you have to keep in mind the dates of these exams, how much long will it take to get the results, and what is the last date of the application for the specific university.
And then once you've done with the shortlisting, once you applied and you get an offer letter, the next immediate thing is to go start with the packing. So what are your tips for packing for students traveling or coming to States?
So my tip would be for students coming to the US would be don't bring a lot of stuff, because a lot of students think that this won't be available in the United States, maybe even this won't be available, like this is only specific to India, this won't be available, so they will pack a lot of things. It will
Mhm.
be a lot of stuff. So it's really a lot of luggage what I see students bringing here. But even I brought a lot of luggage, but I realized that almost all the things which you bring to the United States from India is available here. Definitely, the cost is a little higher, but if you check it with the luggage cost, then it's kind of the same. It costs you the same, around the same. So you will get all the types of spices, masalas, everything over here. You will get every type of utensil which you can use, so it's not really a need. And a tip would be don't bring a lot of t-shirts.
Mhm.
Bring some formal wears, because you need the formal wears a lot over here. So if it's so all the dresses over here are very specific to the occasion, so
Okay.
you have to dress accordingly. They're going to be career fairs, there are going to be dinners and all of that. So you have to wear your formal dresses. So all of this stuff. So if you bring a lot of t-shirts and all, you can use those in classes and all, but you won't be able to use it in any of the formal events. And if you want to buy those formal dresses over here, like a blazer or a shirt and a pant, then that costs a lot, what I have seen so far.
Okay, and with the packing goes hand in hand the flight bookings. So, what are your tips for, or also, does any flight carrier give an extra baggage allowance if you show us as a student? Is there anything on that?
Yeah, so the flight usually gives you up to like 42 kgs. What I've seen, like when I was booking my first flight, I saw that you almost get 42 to 43 kgs of luggage with
Hmm.
a student flight. Uh, it's actually like when you book a flight, they know you're a student, you have to go long way. So you already book that kind of flight where higher luggage is available, like capacity, and you can definitely take additional luggage. And there might be some discounts, but while coming here for the first time, I was not really aware of any of these discounts. But I'm pretty sure there might be some discounts. And some of my friends, they told me that they book some to and fro flights from a specific website. I don't really remember it right now, but those websites offer great deals for students because only students can book on those websites using their official university email ID and all of that.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, once you have boarded the flight and landed in States, what are the immediate
Mhm.
processes that one has to go as a student, say from bank accounts to getting your social security number and the SIM card? What happens after that?
So I would say after getting to the United States, the very important thing is the very first priority should be to open a bank account because even if you think that your SIM card should be first priority, I don't think so that because you can actually call your mom, dad, parents using your WhatsApp or Google, all of those services. But having a bank account is important because all of your funds are going to get transferred over there. So you want it to be open as immediately as possible. You don't
Hmm.
really bring a lot of cash with you. The other thing is, if you want to do some part-time job, you need a bank account and a SSN. So what I saw in my university was they had like people and the employees coming from the SSN office to the university campus,
Okay.
and so they were over here for a week, and we can schedule our appointments. So I we just had to go with our appointments, uh, give the documents, do the small interview, and you are done with the application process. SSN comes to your mailbox and all of that. So it's really very easy. Bank was on my campus, so I had to not go anywhere far from my campus. I opened my bank account on the campus. SSN was done on the campus. And even talking about the SIM card, so my university had already sent me a SIM card with my scholarship and admission letter. So
That's
I
good.
didn't really had to come here and look for various services. I just used the same SIM card. I just had to come here and activate it. But even if you come here and you want a different SIM card, it's really very easy. You just go to Walmart or Best Buy. And my university, for like, so we have a welcome week. Whenever you come to the university, there is a
Hmm.
welcome week kind of
I
thing.
confirm.
So yeah, so you come there, and one of the event was the international office of the university, like the people who deal with international students. They had a small event. They took all the students to the nearby Walmart so they can get their groceries, they can get various stuff they want, because they're coming here, like, they're freshmen, so they don't really have a lot of stuff, like maybe bedsheet, comforter, or pillows, or groceries, all of that. So they took us over there because we didn't really had any of the cars. So you can go there, get whatever you want. You can buy your SIM cards from there because Walmart has every kind of SIM card, every kind of phone, everything, literally, like all of the stuff.
It's a one-stop shop. You get everything under one roof.
Yeah. Yes.
And also for the accommodation, you were an undergrad, so you went for the university on-campus accommodation. So how does your on-campus accommodation system work? Do you need to apply separately for it, or does it automatically put you into onto the list?
So when you apply to the university, they will ask you to fill out a housing application. So you have to
Hmm.
fill that, and for my university, it was kind of a contract. You have to, once you fill the application, you have to remain on campus for a year, that is 2 semesters. So
Okay.
I felt that when I was back in India, I got to choose my own housing. So we have like 6 to 7 dorms on the campus. So I was able to choose where do I want to live. I was able to check the bedroom size, what is the type of living, is it a community bathroom or is it a shared bathroom with three of my roommates or suitemates, or what is the cost. All of that I was able to check. Do I have a kitchen in my housing? Do I have just a microwave? So all of these options were available and I can choose accordingly. So all of that was done before coming to the States back in India.
That's great. So your accommodation is sorted even before you land. So that's why you are not worried about that one thing. Where should I go? With whom should I stay? So that's really
Yes,
great. So after getting your
yes.
bank account in place, your accommodation in place, difference that you're finding in terms of study pattern in the States as compared to India, in terms of how it is structured, how the professors you approach, how the subjects taken, and all those things. Could you just share some thoughts about that?
Yeah, sure. So what I got to know the very big difference after coming to the States was, in India, you have to do certain subjects. Like in each semester, you have to complete all of those. There's
Mhm.
no backing out. You cannot take like 5 subjects and leave the sixth one. If there are six
Uh-huh.
subjects in a semester, you have to complete all those six. But in the
Yes.
United States, each subject, each course has a credit hour thing, and you have to take like any amount of credit hours that's possible for you. For example, you're only able to do 12 credit hours per semester. So
Mhm.
you can take those, but you have more capacity, you can study more, you can invest more time. So you can take 18 credit hours per semester. It really depends upon you, how you want to complete your course, what subjects you want to take. As long as you're doing your course in a specific time, you're not stretching it way long, because international students do have some restrictions for their time period in the US completing their studies.
Mhm.
And the other very big difference was you can choose your own professors. So there is one of the websites like Rate My Professors. Students go there. So for example, if I'm going to have a math class, I have 4 different professors. I get
Yeah.
to choose my own professor and I can like read reviews about them on those websites. It's just because how comfortable with you are with your, like with a specific professor. For example, they might have a different accent of English, and how comfortable are you into getting those accents. For example, a Indian or a Chinese or a American, European accent would be very different, right? So sometimes it's difficult for American people to understand the Indian accent of the professor. For Indian or other students, it's difficult to understand the Chinese accent. Or for
Mhm.
some new freshmen, fresh students, it's very difficult to get adhered or to get comfortable with the American accent. So it's very important that you understand what the professor is teaching you in the class. So you can actually get those reviews from ratemyprofessor.com and all of those websites. So that's a very different thing over here.
That's nice. So you have an option of choosing your modules plus the professor you want to get taught with. So that gives you a lot of
Yeah.
flexibility in terms of that. And also in the universities, there's also something known as these societies or different things. So you might have a drama society or an athletic or a sports. So are there anything of such sorts in a university?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different types of clubs. So
Hmm.
I don't really remember the exact number because it's a lot many clubs in my university. We have cultural clubs, we have technical clubs. So, for example, we'll have ISCO, which stands for Indian Student Cultural Organization. If
Hmm.
you participate in that, if you go to the events, they're going to celebrate all the Indian culture. They're going to have Indian events like Diwali, Holi, Ganpati, all of those kinds of festivals. Then there is Utopian Student Association. Then there are many different cultural organizations from across the world. You can join
Hmm.
them. And also, there are technical associations. For example, there's going to be a rocketry club, a makers club. So you can join them. In rocketry club, you will learn more about how to make rockets. Then you're going to go to a field and you're going to actually fly them. And there's going to be maker space. where you will learn about 3D printing, making stuff, like all the technical things. Plus, as you talked, there are going to be theater clubs, drama clubs, there are going to be singing clubs, all of those different clubs. So you have a very wide variety you can choose from.
And how's the social life in terms of how easy or hard is it to strike a conversation with a stranger there? Like how easy or hard it is?
So I would say it's very easy. You can
Mhm.
actually go to Walmart, you can go to university campus, you can just go anywhere and you can just start talking to anyone because people here are very friendly, very helping. And there's a very big amount of immigrants as well. So everyone is new to each other, so everyone is kind. Plus, what I found was the American people, the culture, they're very helpful and very friendly. And
Mhm.
I have also talked about this in my vlogs and all of that, because when I came here it was very important for me to get settled in and get comfortable so that I don't feel homesick. So I
Mhm.
had three of my roommates, they were American and they were so good, they were like really helpful, really friendly, so I never had any problem with any of that. I really got comfortable with people, I can talk easily with people on the campus and all of that.
That's great. So
Yes.
it's pretty easy because there's stereotype about how you're treated in states or the kind of things that keep popping in the news. So it's really good to
Yeah.
hear that it's not that thing on the ground zero. It's actually much more
Yeah.
friendly and more we feel more comfortable. That's good about it. Especially because for
Yeah.
you, as we both have a different ethnicity and a physical appearance that kind of stands out in
Yeah.
the crowd. So we are kind of visible very evidently.
Yeah.
So that's where I was coming to you. Like, is it difficult or is it did you face anything towards that?
So, as of right now, fingers crossed, I haven't faced any of those things like in terms of racial discrimination or any of that.
Hmm.
Everyone was very friendly with me. I'll talk about an incident yesterday. So, I was actually helping my friend move in to a new apartment. She was
Hmm.
moving into a different house, so taking her stuff over there. So, the manager of that place, he came to help us down. He got his truck. We put all of our stuff in that, and he was so friendly with us and he was talking about his experiences. He was like how much he loves Indian food. We're going to invite him to have Indian dinner or lunch sometime. So it's
Hmm.
all about like everyone is different and everyone has their opinion. It's not like really the thing that the media shows. Media is sometimes biased, sometimes unbiased, we all know that. And so that's what I feel. When you're here, you don't really feel any of that. People are very good, may it be from any country. I have like friends from almost like 5 to 7 countries now, and even we talk about how we don't have like how we have problems with our neighboring countries, but even I have like good friends who belong to those neighboring countries.
That's good because that's what I was
Yeah,
covering because I myself have stayed overseas, and
yeah,
I think it all depends on the person as well. How open and friendly are you when you're approaching people, or how approachable are you? It also depends on
yeah,
that. If I'm rude to
that's true.
somebody, I would get
Mhm.
that back. That's for sure. It also depends on
Yeah,
me how I handle myself in the public. How can I take any comments on me, and how do I comment on other people? So it's like a
yeah.
two-way relationship that goes in communication. And then in terms of what are the hours that you're allowed to work, and what are the kind of jobs that a student finds easily, or what are the avenues that most students work into for the part-time jobs?
So we are allowed to work 20 hours per week being an international student.
Mhm.
So you can do only part-time job. You cannot work off campus. You can only apply for jobs which are available through your university on the campus. And
Okay.
these jobs can range from maybe in the food services, like you have like in a dining service where you're cooking the food or like cleaning the tables. These can be those jobs, or these can be jobs like clerical jobs. You are sitting on a desk, on a front desk, and you're working over there. Or these can be jobs in a marketing team. You're designing something, graphic designing for them, for the university website. So it ranges a lot. There's a very big variety of it. Plus, there are jobs related to research. If you are keen enough, if you have a good experience, if you have a good experience in that field, you can apply to those. You can get selected, and those are the jobs which are highly paid compared to the other jobs on campus. So research, like the job getting into a research team, it's a bit difficult, but also it's highly paid, and it's a good part-time job. You get to learn as well. You actually get to learn in every job, but research jobs are like a little different.
Yeah, it's an in-depth exploration, and also while working on campus, you kind of meet people from the other departments, say another professor or somebody who's assisting. So it can actually widen up your networking with people, and that can actually help you landing up an actual job once you graduate, and that kind of thing. So the next question was: are there any networking events that happen on the university campus in terms of promoting, wherein you have people from, say, a recruiter or an agency coming on campus to look about?
Yeah. So during my first year, I volunteered like in two of the career fairs. So you have career fairs every fall, every spring semester.
Mhm.
People, company, employers come down to the university. You can apply to those jobs. You can schedule an appointment, but you have to
Mhm.
complete your 1 year. Like every university has a different criteria. For my university, it was you have to at least complete 1 year before going to a career fair and doing some interviews, so that you actually have a base. You can show something to the recruiters that you have studied these subjects. So that was the thing. Plus, due to the lockdown right now, my university has a virtual event where employers are gonna host an event, and I can schedule an appointment with them. So this is really very good. We have a lot of opportunity in terms of jobs. Recruiters do come down to the university. It's easier. You don't have to go to many cities or a different state to just give an interview. But even if you don't, you still can do online interviews. I've seen my friends applying to various companies which are way far from my city, and
Mhm.
they do get selected over there just through online interview. They have to go for the final process over there. So yeah, it's a lot of things. You can apply to jobs on the campus, to the companies. You can go to the company. If you don't feel like, if you feel like you want to work in a big tech firm, you can go down to that company for an interview after scheduling an appointment. Or if you want to work locally, recruiters do come down to the university.
That's it. Any tips or for the people who kind of applying for jobs, or is there any facilities available in the university wherein they have a look at your CV and then they guide you to restructure it or remake it as per the markets there?
Yeah, so we have a complete course related to resume and all of that. It's called
Okay.
the professional development, and you have to compulsorily take it in your second semester. Like not in second semester, but before applying to a job off campus, before your
Okay.
co-op, you have to complete that course. In that course, they teach you how to make a resume, how to make a LinkedIn profile, how to be presentable, how to answer your interview questions, what
Mhm.
do the companies like expect from you, how should you do the prior research of the company, all of that stuff. They like plan a trip. You go to the field visit, you go to these companies, you get to meet these employers, all of that stuff.
That's great. That's great.
Yes.
And how is it from the safety perspective, like late nights and traveling? Although you're on campus, but on those off instances when you go out for the off campus for socializing and stuff, how safe is it, or what are the tips that you want to give to a new student who's new into the city, new into a new country?
So I would say on campus it's completely safe. As of now, I haven't found any problems roaming on the campus like late night. Uh, Campus is very well lit, so you don't really scare to go to any of the places on campus just because it's not illuminated well. It's
Hmm.
very well illuminated. Plus, if you're living off campus, so the classes they go on till like 8 o'clock in the evening. There are
Okay.
labs, there are recitations, so now you have to go back home. During summer it's fine, it's daytime because it really gets dark very late over here in the states during summer. But during winter, after 4:30 it starts getting darker. So even at 6 or 7 you can completely feel like it's 8 or 9 p.m.,
Hmm.
similar to India. So students who live off campus, they have they have this thing, a night watch. Like it's for everyone, not just for off-campus students. It's for everyone. It's called a night watch, and students can call on that number. A car comes up and pick you up and drops to your location, like within a certain radius. They take like 2 or 3 students every time they go somewhere. They wait for their calls, and in the same direction, they take 2 or 3 students every time.
So is it like a university facility or is it common across all universities?
Uh, I'm not sure if it's common to every university, but uh, I got to know about this when I came here. So
Mhm.
I'm not really sure. I didn't really read any of these kinds of facilities in India for any university. I came to know about this university. So I'm assuming that it's a university specific thing, but I'm not
Is
really
it
sure.
paid?
No, it's completely free.
Okay, it's completely free.
Yeah, and you can like call them until like 12 a.m. in the midnight. So that's really helpful.
That's good. So even late nights and if you feel tired and so you can just relax
Yeah,
in the cab and go home safely. And
yeah.
with given that, what are the facilities in terms of you're doing something in technology? So what is available on campus for your disposal? Like say I was into designing, I'm into designing. So we had
Mm.
3D printers and the entire workshop available for us. We could just approach anytime. So what are the things
Mhm.
that you have that you can approach?
So as I talked about different clubs, first there are very different clubs you can join. You can work over there. You can use those resources. So
Mhm.
plus there is a maker space. So over there, what you can do is you can 3D print stuff. You can use various tools for your academic projects, and even they allow you to use those machines and tools for your personal project if it's within a certain limit. For example, if you want to 3D print some project, but if it's like just like a small 3D print, it doesn't take up lot of filament, not a lot of printing time, then they would do it for free. But if it's like a lot of filament, printing time is like 20 hours, then they might charge you a very small amount, which is very negligible compared to cost of real printing.
Mhm.
So those kinds of facilities are available. Plus engineering buildings uh, plus engineering buildings are open 24 hours, so you can stay over there in the labs. You can work on your projects all night long. You can use the hardware of the PC. So if you don't really have a good laptop or a computer, you can stay
Mhm.
in the engineering block and work on your projects midnight. You can use the night watch and you can go back your home safely. So all of those resources are available.
That's it. Now, given the present situation that we are facing, so how has
Yeah.
the structure of the courses and your classes changed, or will it change in the coming semester?
So, as of now, what I have information from a university, we have a hybrid called courses. So, we have in person classes and online courses. So, if it's a class which has capacity more than 50 students, so it's not possible to have those big classes where you can social distance safely and sit in a same class. So,
Mhm.
they have changed all the classes with 50 plus students to online, and classes within a limit under 50, those are in-person classes, plus the recitations and the labs, like a few of labs and recitations are in person. Rest all the courses are online, so this is going to be something different and new to me. Let's see how it goes now.
Okay, and then also how has your personal life been affected by that in terms of, social aspect as well, and then even you applying for jobs, say
Mhm.
part-time jobs and all those things. So how has that been impacted by this?
Yeah, so I would say like personal life has been impacted a lot because I'm just staying in my dorm all the time. Not a lot of people are around on campus.
Mhm.
Many people go back to their homes. Then international students go back to their relatives, or some students even came back to India, or they went back to their home country. So not a lot of people are around on campus, so it's really very hard to socialize and meet people because you have to do social distancing, you have to isolate yourself. Plus, talking about part-time jobs, uh, during summer, every time the campus is open, and I think so. Like this is just my uh, second year. Like I'm at the start of my second year, so I haven't experienced a summer semester yet. This was my
Mhm.
first time experiencing it, and it went into quarantine, campus was closed. So I don't really know if a lot of opportunities are available during summertime for part-time job. But during fall, I think so. Even if the jobs are available, those are gonna be like social distancing, less positions available. That might be affected, and I'm not yet sure how do we apply to these jobs for an interview or any of that. I did quite a few interviews in spring, during mid spring when university went online.
Mhm.
All of those interviews were online through Skype or Google Meet. And after this, I'm not really sure how the interview process goes compared to. Let's see how it works for us.
Okay, and are the
Yes.
professors and the university team kind of available to you right now as well? So if I need something, say some guidance, you have some doubts, queries. So how does that communication process work now with the professors?
Yeah, so when they give you the syllabus for the course, they will have office hours mentioned in the syllabus. So professor will keep his office hours particularly just for the students when he is in office. You can schedule an appointment with him. He might be available 3 days a week or every day a week, like Monday to Friday, or just Monday, Thursday, Friday, any of
Mhm.
that depending upon his schedule. You can just schedule an appointment with him over an email. You can text him if the professor is casual enough. You can go to his office and you can schedule an appointment over there, or you can just let him know in the class that I have a few doubts. Some professors come like 15 minutes before the class if they have time. They come before the class and you can solve your doubts. If professors don't have a class next to your class, then they'll wait 15 minutes extra. Uh, you can get your doubts cleared, all of that. So professors are really very easily available. You don't really have to do a lot. You just have to stick to your time. You have to schedule an appointment.
That's good. So, any final tips that you would like to give for a person who is thinking of coming to the States for pursuing the education? Of course, that depends on how the things work out. So, but any tips from your and from your experience that you might have missed and somebody shouldn't? So, any pointers that you have?
I would just say that if you're planning to come United States, then just come. Don't worry about anything. You might have very different feelings about how am I gonna live over here without my parents? How am I gonna do all of my work? Like you have to do your laundry, you have to cook for yourself if the dining is not open, all of that stuff. But it's really easy. Just come here. You get along. You get used to all of these things. And I would say if you come to the university, don't miss the welcome week. I'm not really sure how is it going to be after this COVID thing because of the social distancing and all of that. But when I came here, so my favorite thing was the welcome week. You have a lot of events. You go to these events, you make friends, you get free food, you enjoy the city, you enjoy the campus, all of that. So if you're coming here, just be aware of the welcome week. Don't miss that. It's a great opportunity to meet people, to make connections with professor or staff members, or to just enjoy when you're here.
That's good. That's good. So, I feel that's about for this episode.
Yeah.
Thank you once
Okay.
again for giving your
Yeah.
precious time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
No problem.
I hope and wish you best for your future. And take care, stay safe, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You too. I hope so. This COVID thing ends soon and everyone is back to normal life. So stay safe and take care.
Thank you for watching the entire episode. Hope you guys liked it. If you have any still more queries or questions that you feel I left it out, please do comment in the down section below so that I'll make it sure the next time when I interview somebody else for state, I'll ask the same to them and get your queries solved as soon as possible. So if please do share the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. And also do not forget to follow us on Instagram. The ID is the Student Insights Podcast. Remember, it's down in the description below. Please follow us, stay updated about the latest things and the topics that we're going to cover. Hope to see you in the next episode. Till then, stay safe, stay happy. See you soon. Bye bye.